All right, guys. Hey there. Welcome back to the second episode of On the Piss. We've had a lot of technical difficulties. I'm on my phone at the moment. Everything talked, but Sam Speakman, we've got him on today. Thank you so much for waiting, mate. How are we?
Hey boys, I'd wait forever for you. You know that. And I just wanted to say before we start that I miss you both very much. And when this Corona stuff's over, you're both getting a kiss on the lips.
I'm very excited for that.
Oh, fuck! I'm actually very excited for that.
I'm also very excited for
Clutzy, how are you lagging when you're on 4G? Or am I lagging now? What's going on?
I don't know.
I think it's all right.
I can hear you.
I don't know either. Yeah. But can I be honest with you, Klutz? The way that your costume's like fading in and out, you look like a circumcised dick.
Well, maybe that's what my costume is.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaks calling in from the cauldron today. What's it like? What's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, mate, even with no fans here, atmosphere's good. I mean, Klutzy, you tell us what it was like when you were playing at the cauldron.
Well, mate, honestly, unfortunately, I haven't really had my run on the cauldron, but it fails in comparison.
Remember we did the halftime show? You were dressed as a giant deer.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I actually won that.
Pretty sure you're wearing that exact outfit.
Yeah. I was wearing my circumcised dick, and I ended up winning. But,
we read about it.
Yeah, well, lucky you didn't have the hood.
Yeah, mate. Soldier on
it.
Well, look, I think it does pale in comparison to the Glue Factory and playing down at Yoku Road. So I'm just putting it out there. I'd rather play at Japes than at the Cauldron. So it's probably why I don't have any fond memories of it.
Jot that down, 7 years.
Yeah. You better do it first.
Exactly.
Speaks. We've given you a little task to prepare. I highly doubt you've even fucking done it, but we wanted to introduce yourself a little bit and give us 2 truths and 1 lie of in the life of Sam Speakman.
Ooh. Yeah, I know that you gave me over a week and a half to prepare for this. And you reminded me numerous times. And I am rambling because I'm trying to think of some. But I didn't get very far. So no, actually I have some. All right. When I was a kid, I was the top goal scorer for my soccer team, under 6s. Tarek Sims worked for my family business, and Gordon Tallis signed a footy for me in Bunnings when I was a kid.
What's the lie, Klutz?
I reckon top scoring.
You reckon?
Under 6s is a lie. Yeah.
What about Tarek Sims? That's a bit too random.
But I've seen Speaks kick. He's like...
He's got 2 left feet.
I can see why you've gone from soccer to footy because, like you're definitely a lot better at running it straight than kicking a ball straight. So,
yeah, well, you're actually right, Klutz. I didn't score any goals in under 6s. I actually bench warm.
Does Tarek Sims actually work for your family business?
He did when he was playing for under 20s at Broncos.
What's your family business?
So sick.
They like fencing.
Oh.
Fencing.
What a coincidence. Fencing. They are the sponsor of this week's podcast, the Speakman Fencing Clan.
Yeah. Every single fence built in Brisbane was actually by my family. So
yeah, major sponsor. So if you need a fence.
Major sponsor, yeah.
Speaks. If people need fences, how can they get onto you guys?
Just directly through my TikTok. At the end of every build, we like to do a TikTok in front of the fence. I've been working on a couple of dances, but like you said, I do have 2 left feet. So, Don't try to email me or call me. TikTok only, please.
TikTok only. Okay, we'll have to put the link in the description to Speaks' TikTok account for this one, Klutzy.
Yeah, no problems.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
it's a good TikTok as well.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. But
actually, there's by the time this gets out, it won't still be live. But there was a bit of a warm-up dance routine on the Bloody Berry Beers story in the lead up to the recording of this. Did you want to touch on that, or?
I was in the shower. I was feeling sexy. I was feeling good about myself, and I was like, why stop here? So I got out of the shower, and originally my first draft of that video was me actually naked, and then I was like, "Oh, my dick's way too small," because where I'm at the moment, somewhere in the world, it's fucking 9 degrees, and even in like 30 degrees, my dick's small. So I was like, I'm gonna put some clothes back on and do the dance again, and that's how we got what we got.
I like it. I was actually waiting for you to just like unravel the robe and just see what happens from there. Like, I reckon that would have been absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I was actually also waiting for that, so I'm a bit disappointed, but maybe later. Maybe on the Bloody Brilliant Beers up late.
Yeah, uncut.
I like that.
What was that chick's name that hosted Big Brother? Like Gretel or something?
Yeah, Gretel Colleen.
Gretel Colleen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got my first ever boner to her.
What? Last year?
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
Speaks. Where actually are you in Wagga Wagga? Hey.
Yeah, mate.
How's
the town's so nice they named it twice.
How's isolation in Wagga Wagga been going?
Pretty shit. It fucking sucks. Worse than anywhere else, probably, apart from the Eddie.
Don't know about that.
I literally wrong. Pretty much like 3 days into isolation, lost my mind hard, and that's why you're getting these dance videos. But it actually got me thinking, like, if I was in prison, not that I am gay or I did anything gay while I was in isolation, just as a precursor, but like, you got to think about it. Like, if you're in prison, right, and you know you've got like a 3-year sentence, 4-year sentence, maybe longer, of course you're going to go gay. But like, if you've only got like 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is, like, you're probably going to hold out and be like, no, like, I'm not going to suck a dick or like whatever for that long. But if it's three months, I reckon like 2 days in, I'm gay, at least. Because it's such a long road. Like, you're not going to go that whole distance without coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. We've got to put it out there. But I see where you're coming from there, mate.
Well, actually, funny that you mentioned it. Being gay is one of our sponsors on tonight's episode.
Just minor sponsor, not the major sponsor. We can't give away too much. Can't give him too much.
Yeah, just a $500 sponsor.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor the podcast, please get in touch with us. We're desperate.
Yeah, again, just directly through my TikTok.
We'll put the link in the bio. So, job number 2 for Speaks and Klutz was tell us your top 5 people that you'd like to be stuck in isolation with. Speaks, I'm guessing that yours are going to be all blokes after your last comment.
Well, it depends how long it is. Is it less than 3 months?
No, longer than 3 months.
How long's a piece of string?
Yeah, that'll be a couple of blokes then, mate. Mainly blokes. Can Klutz go first? Because there's too much pressure. I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you haven't thought of your 5, have you?
No, I completely forgot again. Thank you, Das. Bring that up.
Alrighty. So my first one would be Cameron Munster. So basically, actually before I get into, well, I've already announced my first one, but if I'm going to be in isolation, it's got to be fun. It's got to be people that are willing to go on a bender. And it's got to be people that, in my mind, I think would be really good for a bender. So Cameron Munster, straight up, you don't get the nickname Mud Guts for nothing. Obviously, that bloke puts shit in his gob, whether it be alcohol, grease, anything like that. So, and, you know, from all the reports that you see of some of the footy boys, like, talking about their nights out, Munster is the pinnacle of rugby league when it comes to getting blind by the sounds of things. So Cameron Munster would be my first one. Now, my second one, another Sesh King, a friend of Bloody Brilliant Beers, would have to be Mike Oxlong, Ryan Freeney. Honestly, the long haul could get a bit testing, but I also think being in a house and just being a fly on the wall to see what happens in his day-to-day life would be very interesting. I've seen the man after he won that premiership in 2018, and it was one of the most cooked things I've ever seen. But, yeah, I reckon he'd be a lot of fun. Now, my third person was contested between 2 people, and that was for the music in the household. Obviously, we're going to be going on a bender, so you need bangers. And I figured we'd need a DJ. Now, I was tossing up between an Aussie and a US person, and I chose to go Aussie because we've got to stick to our guns here. So I went with What's So Not. And I also think the great thing about him would be he'd be really good at styling with his isolation haircuts, whether it be going, bleaching your hair, anything like that. And just his bangers are second to none.
You've put a lot of
So,
thought into this, Josh.
Big time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just telling you guys now. I'm not gonna have any descriptions or anything. I'm just gonna give you
just
5.
list 5.
Unfortunately, got to say sorry to RL Grime. You just missed out. But I feel
I'm sure he's devastated.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently he listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, funny you should bring that up.
Oh, is RL Grime also
major sponsor?
Major sponsor.
It's in negotiations, I think.
Yeah,
Still
maybe next week.
Signed.
I could have just put a nail in that coffin. But now my last 2 people. It's a bit of a weird one because I figured I couldn't have these people without each other. Mainly because if I had one of these people, it would just be really weird. So obviously I figured got to get one of my best mates in. So that was Hurdy. Now the second person, and why this might be a bit weird, is you need to be fed in the household. So I decided to go with Hurdy's mum.
Was not expecting that.
I'm telling you. Well, I messaged you earlier, Darcy, and said, look, my list is a bit weird. And that's the weird one. Now,
not expecting that.
For our thousands of listeners out there, the reason why I've chosen Hurdy's mum is her cooking is just renowned amongst our whole fucking group of friends. Like, everyone is fighting to get to Hurdy's to have dinner at his place because his mum just puts on these massive feeds. So obviously, you're going to be feeling a bit shit the morning after. Who knows what she'll whip up for breakfast, but it won't just be bacon and eggs. Like, who fucking knows what it'll be?
Nice.
So yeah. So I figured, my 5th person would be Hurdy's mum, and obviously Hurdy has to be there. 1, because he's a real good mate, and 2, because I just think it'd be a little bit too weird if I invited his mum over for isolation and not him. So that's probably my 5.
I was actually going to ask if it wasn't Hurdy's mum, would you invite Hurdy?
Yes, I actually would, because I would swap out Hurdy's mum for another absolute party animal, and we probably wouldn't sleep through isolation. So if it wasn't Hurdy's mum, it'd be Rob Gronkowski. Now come back, playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know if you guys know much about NFL, but this dude literally just parties. His whole off season is him in Vegas in the summer, just in pool parties, just getting bent. So I think him, with the addition of Freeney as well, like those two would get on like a house on fire, and just this shit that would come out of that household, I probably wouldn't want it to come out of the household. It'd get really weird. So that was my other option. And then it just looks like we're not eating if we've got Rob Grog, or I don't know.
Just get Uber Eats, you'll be fine.
Speaks, you want to go next, or should I go next?
You go next because I'm still thinking.
I had sort of similar thoughts to Klutzy. My first 2 blokes I reckon would be keen for a good time during isolation would be Shane Keithorn and Matthew Johns.
Nice.
I feel like as well I could, apart from the time on the bend with those guys, I could really take a lot away, like perfect my flipper. Maybe learn how to do a decent podcast with Matty Johns.
There's an ideal.
And I'm sure they'd be a lot of fun, have a lot of stories. Number 3,
and also I was going to say, mate, and also how to live in the shadow of your brother Lewis.
Yeah, true. I already know how to do that because I've been doing it for 23 years, but
love that.
But everyone knows that Matty Johns is funnier than Andrew Johns anyway, so it doesn't even matter. The third one also, I was thinking about food, but not really Hurdy's mum. I was thinking more like Jamie Oliver. I also feel like he potentially, I don't know this for a fact, but he might be a bit of a gimp, and I feel like Warney and Matty Johns would just spray him all the time, and it'd be funny as pay him out.
Nice little target.
Yeah, like I was thinking Gordon Ramsay, but then I was like, he'd be like, I don't know, get angry and stuff, whereas Jamie Oliver, we can just bully.
No offense, but do you really think that if Jamie Oliver, Matty Johns, and Shane Warne are there, Jamie Oliver's going to be the one getting sprayed.
100%. He's a huge kid.
What about you,
Yeah.
cunt? I reckon you're dropping it.
No, Jamie Oliver.
Sure.
Jamie Oliver's a
bro.
loser. No, I don't know that for a fact. He's probably a good guy. If you want to sponsor
So are
us,
you.
Jamie Oliver, let us know.
15-minute meals.
And then my last two, because I just reckon they'd be funny as I love them a lot, is Hamish and Andy. I reckon they'd be fucking hilarious to spend time with.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah. So
Can you
that'd be
imagine
my
being-
5.
That'd be so like just imagining being present for how they come up with their stuff.
God, I reckon
Like-
just listen to them interact would be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be
Would
so
you take
scat-
if you had to pick one? Would you take Hamish or Andy?
Definitely Hamish. Hamish is so much
Hamish.
funnier.
Oh, actually,
See, I don't know if he is. I reckon Andy just spends all of his time setting Hamish up, and he's just the brunt of the joke.
Yeah,
I
but
reckon he's also
Hamish is so
got more
scat.
money.
Hamish
Yeah,
is
he
so
is.
quick-witted.
Hamish takes things down these random pathways that are just so funny. Like he just thinks of stuff and starts speaking, and they both just piss themselves at each other. It's hilarious. Andy definitely like steers the ship, but I reckon Hamish is fucking so funny.
In saying that, I woke up the other morning and Mum was watching a Today Show and Andy was on, and they were talking to him because he played the last post on Anzac Day for his street, and they showed a video, and they were going on about how they were like, oh, like we didn't know you were so good at trumpet. He's like, yeah, watch this, and he went into his bedroom where his missus was sleeping, and he jumps up on the bed real quietly, got the phone at the doorway. And he just puts the trumpet right in her ear at 7:30 in the morning and blows as loud as he could, doing this like trumpet thing. She's so off him, and he's just thinking it's the funniest thing in the world. He comes back, Carl Stepanovic's like pissing himself, and Andy's just like, yes, like I am the man.
Carl Stefanovic would be a dark horse as well.
Oh, he would be. He would be.
Okay, do you reckon we can pick Speaks 5? I reckon it's going to be Andy, Carl Stefanovic, Andrew Johns.
Yeah. What did you guys say? Just the same. No, I'm just going to take this a different route. I'm going to take this a different route, and I'm going to pick Carl and Koshi, and I want to watch them. I want to watch them wrestle, and to the
Some
death.
jelly wrestling happening out the back.
Yeah, and obviously naked, and then I want to take Darren Lockyer and Jonathan Thurston. Actually, no, scrap that. I'll take Jonathan Thurston, and I'll take Mitchell Pearce, and they can also wrestle to the death naked. And then,
a lot of fun there.
And then the one person that I'll actually just hang out with and have a good time with is Michael Scott from The Office. Not Steve Carell.
Not Steve Carell, but Michael Scott.
Yeah.
I can't believe it with Mitchell Pearce. He sucks. He's not even
Because
funny or anything.
Yeah, but JT's got more ticker, so I reckon JT will probably beat him in the wrestling. Like what you're forgetting, Dars, typical you, just looking at the big picture, is there's still going to be 2 winners out of this wrestle. So hopefully Carl Stefanovic and JT win, and it's just me, Carl, JT, and Michael Scott all hanging out.
But wouldn't you just rather
Would you
have 2 other
bring in
people
another
that you...
2 people?
Yeah, wouldn't you just bring in 2 people that you like and not make them wrestle?
Can you stop asking me so many questions? Because I said I didn't prepare. Fuck. It could be worse.
So
I'm looking at. Do you know why I said Michael Scott? Because The Office is on my TV. Like, it could have been 10 times worse, and I could have said like Dexter or someone like that. Fucking mass murderer. Or Peter Griffin.
That would have been.
Like,
Yeah, it's worked out all right for you. Thanks for all the effort and preparation you've put in for this. It means a lot.
yeah, cheers, mate. No problems. Anytime, you know me. Actually, sponsor of the podcast this weekend is Preparation.
Preparation H. So we had a few more Would You Rather sent in. Again, I've dipped into the selection from Abe Hopkins, but there was a couple others sent in from people. So the first one, which is probably the most disgusting and perverted, but I feel like it's a good one to bring up.
Sorry, just before we get into the disgusting and perverted, I'd just like to say a massive shout out to Abe as well. He messaged me during the week asking what time frame. So he's been studying heaps for uni. He's almost finished. He sent me a message asking what time frame the Would You Rathers were on, and he really wants to compare answers. So he's not just throwing stones here; he's genuinely interested in what the answers are to these Would You Rathers. So thank you for being a massive.
Big shout out to
show.
Abe because he's actually one of the sponsors this week.
Yeah, exactly.
If you need Would You
Which is
Rathers,
awesome.
He's good rate.
Yeah.
He does them cheap.
Good rate, yeah.
All right,
250. 250. What would you rather? And,
So
let's
number
just say
one.
we balled out.
Yeah, we got a good rate, definitely. Number one, would you prefer to be part of a human centipede for 1 week or recreate 2 girls, 1 cup every day for 2 weeks?
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh wow!
Not from Abe.
Neither. Is that an option?
Was
No.
that from Abe?
No, it wasn't. From Wazzy Toolis.
Oh.
Wazzy Turles, you're a perverted fuck. But my answer is I'd probably go. Wait, was the center? Nah, look. At least with 2 girls, 1 cup, they're not like you got to think about the fact that they would be ingesting shit in the human centipede every day. It's not like a one-off thing. So look. Every now and then you get a little bit of shit in your mouth. Doesn't matter how it happens. Don't ask questions. It's only 2 weeks. And I'd rather have 2 weeks of getting a little bit of shit on my tongue like a real man than having my fucking mouth. Like, think about how chapped your lips would get if they were sewn to someone's asshole. I'm assuming you're not going to have like, you're not just going to be able to like get that fucking pawpaw in it whenever you want. So I'm taking 2 girls, 1 cup.
Brave man.
Yeah, look, I probably would as well. However, if I was guaranteed a spot at the front because I'm a selfish man, I'd take the centipede because I ain't eating shit.
But I feel like having
And-
someone sewn to your asshole is almost just as bad as eating shit. Like,
Yeah, well, that's
imagine.
so. Yeah, but you're still got to think. So there's the guy in the middle who's doing both, and then there's the person at the back who's just eating. Person at the front, at least you're getting actual food. Like,
Yeah, well,
you know.
what's the supply and
their
demand?
own.
Obviously, if the guy at the front's not eating, then the guy at the back's not
Nothing coming
you know
down the
what I mean?
pipeline. Yeah, exactly right.
Rest in peace to the 2 people behind me because I take a lot of food.
Okay, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah. Diarrhea is a sponsor of the show this week.
That
Would you
was
rather
genuinely fun.
Would you rather have 1 nipple or 2 belly buttons?
Ooh.
1 nipple.
One
For
nipple.
sure, 1
easy.
nipple.
Where would it be?
Middle of the chest.
Smack bang in the middle.
I was going to say middle of the chest because then you could, like, I don't know, like, imagine Halloween, you could dress up as a Cyclops with your chest.
Yeah, or you can get adventurous and have it on your forehead and just say it's a pimple.
Is that what you're going for, Speaks, up there?
I was thinking about it, but yeah, what do you think?
Okay, next one. Would you rather look 10 years older from the neck up or down?
I already do look 10 years old from the neck down.
If I shave, I reckon I look 10 years old from up.
Older.
I actually have the babyest face, so when I shave, I genuinely look like a 12-year-old. So
There's no 12-year-old that is your size, mate. You're fucking huge.
Yeah, I remember when I was 6'4" at 12 as well.
Playing for Sunnybank.
Yeah.
Well, we're only talking about facial features, so I'd still be, just exactly like I was at 12. But
You're not like that now. Is that just me?
Can you imagine my face on a 10-year-old though? Like,
Yeah, true.
10-year-old, like, I'm not even like a 5 foot fucking 10 person with a full beard. Like, that's scary.
What 10-year-old is 5'10"?
Yeah.
I think I was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Know. I'm just trying to.
I'm taking the 10-year-old face, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm taking 10-year-old face, man.
It's supposed to
You
be
can make it work.
10 years older from the neck up or down, not 10 years old. But anyway, we'll run with that. Well done.
I got it completely wrong.
Okay, to
How
finish
does
this off.
does your body even age in 10 years? I don't get it. That's a dumb question.
Thanks, Abe.
I'd still do the same.
Speaks is fucking ragging on our major sponsor, but that's all right.
Sorry. Sorry, Abe. I didn't know it was you. I thought it was that pervert Wazzy
Finally, the last one. Would you rather never be able to open a door or never be able to close a door?
Oh, wow, that's
Oh, you know, my initial reaction was dumb fucking question, but now that I think about it, it's a hard question. But if you could never open a door, would you never have the opportunity to close one anyway?
Oh, fuck! You're thinking deeply about this, man.
Yeah, I've had 3 beers, so I'm getting a bit smarter.
Reach that level of enlightenment. I was thinking more like if you couldn't shut the door, the dog's gonna get out.
Yeah, nah. If you can't shut the door, like I do some weird shit. So sorry to anyone who wants to see what I'm doing in my bedroom. That's what I'm thinking. But also, if I can't open the door, how do I get into my bedroom? How do I get into my house? Like, am I climbing through windows?
You're gonna have to ask Abe. Honestly, you're gonna have to ask Abe.
You'd have to coordinate with a family member to make sure that a door was always left open for you.
Yeah, you can close it, you can lock up, but you just can't get in.
Yeah, you can be last out, just never first in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't close the doors, to be honest. I'd rather be able to open a door.
Yeah, well, I did live in a share house with a couple of freaks for about 2 years, and that was an open door policy anyway, so I may as well go with the able to open a door.
And that worked really well for everyone, didn't it? That one?
Yeah, well, we only, as a collective, got chlamydia like 6 times, so I don't know, you do the fucking math. I'm not sure if that equivalates to how many times the doors were open. But...
Equivalates? Is that a word? Anyway, let's move on to our final segment.
I've had 6 beers.
Clutzy's mailbag.
It's gone to 6.
Clutzy, the first question is a very simple one. Someone just wants to know why do you love beer so much more than anything else?
It's from Aaron Jackson.
Be a sense of fulfillment. I don't know. I suppose I enjoy beers. Bit cringe. The social aspect of it. One, well, I enjoy getting blind, obviously.
Speaking of,
but yeah, I enjoy getting blind. But yeah, and what are you doing?
What are you doing? Getting a beer. Nice.
Yeah.
I thought you were making dinner.
It's hard to tell because your background stayed with you the whole time.
Yeah.
Just look like you were swaying side to side like this.
All part of the illusion.
But yeah, I just love having beers because you get to have beers with the boys. You get blind and yeah, you get to chill with your mates. So beers by yourself is sort of depressing. So I don't really drink during isolation unless I'm looking at a camera and seeing people. That's why I love beers.
Nice one. Thanks for coming to Clutzy's TED Talk, everyone.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
So the next video, I'm just trying to find who sent it in because I can't even fucking remember who it was. But Paddy O'Toole sent this one in, Clutzy. Apparently this is Dan Smith and a Run It Straight challenge at Splendor in the Grass with their Cronulla Sharks under-20s player.
Oh, hello.
Now, if my technology works here, this should just it's gonna move us over there, and we should be able to watch it.
Just on a side note, how fucking good is Zoom? Is that I can be halfway through a sentence and it's not focusing on me, but if I go, it's all on me straight away. Like, what the fuck's that about? Like before, do you remember before when I burped? I was like, and I was like, oh, no way is anyone going to see this. I'm going, and then the little green screen around me.
Right. So first off, grade A shit job.
Holy fuck!
Oh, how's the carry on from old man? So
my question. So wait, which one's the Sharks player?
I'm guessing it was the dude that destroyed the other bloke. He seems like a.
Oh no, hang on, sorry, yeah. The Sharks player.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Sharks player is the big fella doing the tackling. Dan's a Jeeps
Makes
boy,
sense.
mate. Maybe don't show up at training after that shithouse run. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on there. I can't get over the carry on from old mate from the Cronulla
Yeah,
Sharks. So
bit cringe.
congratulations, mate. You just tackled someone who played 6th grade footy.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the Sharks suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, was that when did the Sharks win
might
the
not
comp?
exist.
2016.
They beat Melbourne, so
Oh,
but
that
that's
was
their first goal.
actually, I don't know what splendor that was. So it could have been 2016. Who knows? Sharks could have been at their strongest. Regardless, they suck. Sorry, Speaks.
But yeah, grow up. But yeah, pretty much Sharks player, grow up. You're a fucking idiot, and the Sharks suck.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's all I got to say.
Except Paul Gallen's a legend. That's all.
No, I'm not that.
So, and the last thing that got sent through, I'll just change our camera up again so we can see the video, was actually from a young gentleman from he's actually in Turkey at the moment. He's our international correspondent who's sent through a fun fact about drinking beers in Turkey. So I believe.
Oh.
Hi everyone, this is your boy Artapos, your Turkish correspondent all the way from Istanbul. Anyway, a fun fact about Turkey is back in the day we used to employ people to carry us around on their backs when we are too drunk to walk home. Via the kebab shop, obviously. Not sure this is a good Turkish accent. Artapos, out!
So yeah, we've been sent that little video in. So apparently many bars in Turkey would often employ basketmen whose sole purpose was to carry patrons when they were too drunk to stand up. There you go.
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to be carrying my Turkish correspondent home. 1, because he's a big oos, and 2, far out. Imagine the chat that you'd be getting from the back.
Absolutely sprayed from the back.
Hold me hard,
Yeah.
Get me home.
Well, first of all, boys, I just want to say a big congratulations on reaching Turkey because I know it's a hard market to crack.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
fucking onwards and upwards from here.
Thank you so much. I'm
Who knows where we'll
glad
go
we
next
got our
week.
Turkish correspondent.
Could be anywhere next week.
That's it. Stay tuned to the 4 people that are listening this far.
Yeah. Have we got much more in the mailbag?
We've got nothing else in the mailbag. We're done.
Another big week for bloody beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, another huge week on the piss. Yeah, sweet. Well, Speaks, thanks for joining us, mate. It's been a pleasure. Always is.
The pleasure's been all mine. It's good to catch up with you boys. And like I said before, I'm very keen to kiss you both on the lips when Corona's over.
Very, very keen to receive that kiss on the lips once Corona is over.
Fuck it, I'm going to do it before Corona's over. I don't care. ScoMo, I hope you're listening. Apparently ScoMo does listen to the podcast. That's what
Yeah.
I heard he did too, actually.
Me too. Open the pubs, you dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
Fucking
Northern
dog.
Territory, while we're on it, Northern Territory pubs are opening up in 2 weeks, so we might not be far behind.
We'll be back at the Eddie in
It's
no
also-
time, boys.
It's also arguably the worst state, our territory in the country.
I don't know what you I don't think there's no argument really.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. Sorry to our Northern Territory listeners. There's a lot of you out there, but
Yeah, I know there is a lot of you out there, but
yeah, exactly.
if you did want to get an argument with me, the address is Joku Road, Ashgrove, around 3 p.m. on a Sunday.
On a
Make sure it's a
Sunday.
home game.
What about a Saturday? I reckon it'd be better on a Saturday.
No, I hang out there on Sundays because I like to soak up the atmosphere after the game.
Fair enough. I like that.
A full 24 hours after.
You can still smell it in the change rooms.
That is when the atmosphere is at its best, and that's also when I can sniff Paddy Nicholson's ankle tape without him knowing.
Mate, well, look, I might try and get some of Paddy Nicholson's ankle tape in a few weeks at footy training and post it down to you. I'll make sure it's all cryovac and all that, if that's all good.
Yeah, make sure it's got a lot of like wet shit on it. Like I don't want it to get it dry.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry,
That's
it'll
important.
be very wet for you.
Yeah,
All
cool,
right.
mate.
Well, Speaks once again. Thanks for coming on the piss. Thanks to everyone who's made it this far. It's a shit show as usual, but we fucking love it. So we appreciate your support. If you want to share this with just a couple of people, that would mean the world to us. We don't really ask that much of you. But yeah, this has been on the piss with Bloody Brilliant Beers. You with Klotz, Darcy, Speaks, and as always, guys, give them heaps.